Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, look at it's just like one of my Japanese animes. Individuals suffering from depression or anxiety may not have a safe experience playing this game. I'm on pills for that stuff. Anyway, for content warnings, please visit. I don't need to go. I'll be fine. You agree that you're at least 13 years old, and consenting to blah 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 blah. Yeah, I consent. I'll be fine. I think I agree. Oh shit! What did I just do to the screen? Hang on, let me undo that. There we go. This looks like a real simple game. This looks like a really cutesy dating game. Look, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I have no idea what this game is about. I've heard it's a horror game. I know nothing about it. So this is a blind play for me. So, let's see what happens. Please enter your name. Well, let's just go with the good old classic Goon. Nah, you know, fuck it. Let's just put Scott in there. I have no idea what I'm getting into, but yeah, sure. Do I need to do the voices? Do I need to do the voices? No, I'm not gonna. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, running, wave her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri hitch up to me. Oh, great. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is this is the animes. We're playing the animes, Dogosaur 616. I have no idea what this is, but it is marked as a horror game, and it does have a warning in this for people who have anxiety or depression. So, I don't know what to expect, but let's see what happens. Let's fuck this duck, so to speak. Where were we? Oh, she doesn't like it. When people stare at you for acting weird, they don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. You did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it into you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Street together and make way to school. As drawing out of the street becomes increasingly speckled with their students making their daily commute. By the way, Scott, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Told you I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible came up one of our conversations where I dismissively go along with whoever she's going on about. Sayuri likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I don't know what to expect here, but people are saying this is going to be good for Friday the 13th. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Aww. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. Well, we've got a few clubs that'll make you happy. No promises, though. At least promise me to try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that, yeah. I get no chipper. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised you even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about me so much makes me want to put her mind at ease even a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. What's a dog? Wait, oh, what? Oh, never mind. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. for a fact, my thing is blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sarah meant me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I don't know. Sarah must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around here and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming to class, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I think you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? You can come to me in my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, deal with it. She's the vice president of the literature club. You know what? I would go to that. I would go to a literature club. Sure, why not? Do some reading. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it'd be fun to start a new club. Since he was the first one to show interest, after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Oh, please, why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd be bringing a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Really? Why is it on me? Why is it on me? Why is it on me now? I can't tell if Sarah is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning to have planned all this out. I'll go both. 60-40 on airhead. I'll let out alone, so fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. This is some sort of horror game, I'm told by people, and thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Wait, okay. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and up the stairs, a section of school I rarely visit, generally being used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. New member's here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Yeah. Sayori is always saying nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. Scott, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? Say something, say it. So when is this going to turn into, like, Gore Orgy Bible Black I've been promised? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quickly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, smartest in the club. Oh, she's the shy one, okay. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica. Yeah, it's great to see you again, Scott. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, she's gonna murder me, isn't she? She's gonna be the one that twists the knife in my back. I can feel it already. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the school. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smell me so genuinely feels a little weird. Come sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Oh god. I'll make some tea as well. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sir mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the table and Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki probably marches to the back of the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Just hurry and take one. Oh, she's the tsundere one. She's the tsundere. The one with the pink hair. Sierra grabs one, and then Monica, and then I follow. It's delicious. Sierra touches the mouthful as she has already managed to get icing on her face. Turn the cupcake around my fingers, look for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Hey, man. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Yeah, really. Tropey as fuck. So you technically did. I swear to God if I'm drugged. Setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. This music and everything is just like I know it's gonna go bad very quickly. At least I hope so. But yeah, all I can really call this right now is tropey as fuck. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri. Or sorry, don't let yourself intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you. Tea reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at her. So what made you consider the literature club? I got dragged here. That's literally what happened. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica. I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club as fun as exciting for everyone. I'm surprised. How did you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you leader of the debate club last year? No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget publicity and how to prepare for events. I don't blame either. I feel weird playing this. I feel like a pervert nerd. Like, I mean, even I got limits when it comes to this kind of stuff, you know. If it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are interested in pulling out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. It makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can really grow this club before we graduate. I don't know what to expect. Right, everyone? Yeah. Do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. I must work really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Scott, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. Mitsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Hey, don't you fucking judge me. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking of seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My fans are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in 4 worlds is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious. The way her eyes lit up, she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. You know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I have a feeling that this very line is going to come back to bite me in the ass right here. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, well that's fortunate. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped for something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri may as well be having a conversation with a rock. I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that the story makes you think, or takes me into the world, and I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Okay, well that's good, good. That's the way it should be. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eye darted over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually you like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. I can give that back. Fine, fine. Cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. You write your own poems? Sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive, yeah. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. I'm missing something in the story here. I don't know what it is, but all this is going to come back to bite me in the ass, and I know it. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can say example, and maybe Natsuki will feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yuri does not like this idea. I guess it's the same, yes. Yuri, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Next time we meet, we'll share them with one another. That way, everyone is even. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Scott? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic when you joined the club, I bluntly come forward with what's on my mind the whole time. I never said I would join. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I haven't even made the decision. I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. This guy smoked a blunt before walking into this place. God. The full girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I'm sorry, I thought, damn it. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? As if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend time with these beautiful girls. Okay, we're joining. I've decided I will join the literature club. They all light up. You really did scare me for a minute. If you really did just come for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over me once more. Scott, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, sure. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Oh my god. Yeah, I already feel the anxiety welling up on me. Yep, anime. This is anime the game. Since we're already here, we won't walk home together. Yeah, that's right, we never walk home together anymore because you usually sit for club. Sure, I may as well. So we did. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I Will I really be happy spending every day of school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And with that starts... and I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, so we're writing a poem? Is that what we're doing now? Yep, we're writing a poem. Pick words. Oh, here we go. Pick words that you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, God. Oh, no. I gotta pick 20 words? Jesus Christ. Okay, let me try to change the volume here. Hang on. Where's the music volume? Okay, there we go. That better? That better? Hope so. Okay, well, let's save the game here and just keep going now, I guess. Return. Okay, so, I gotta pick words. Okay, let's go with... what kind of thing do I want? But what kind of poem do I want, right? It has to involve one of these. Okay, let's go with unrequited... melancholy. Milk? I have no idea what I'm doing here, but okay. Suicide. Wow. That's, I didn't see that coming up, but okay. Extreme bliss, feather, understrained. Milk. Journey, vanilla, adventure, grief, twirl, mouse, dream, heart, daydream. Mouse, lucky, ocean, variance, graveyard, rose laugh, ambient, incongruent. Whoa, big, throwing out those $5 words there, game. Jesus Christ. Let's go with incongruent. Pain, dazzle, philosophy, disaster, portrait, tenacious, kiss, sunny, scars, childhood. Scars. What? Okay. Cheeks, sadness, rainbow, amazing, kitty, fireflies, pure summer, clouds, time. Time. Candy, broken, meager, poof, anime, bunny, fireworks, nature, captive, question. Fireworks. Doki Doki, marriage. Uncontrollable, vacation, fun, wrath, vivid, horror, heaven sent, nibble. Let's go with horror. Email, pink, lollipop, giggle, passion, peaceful, together, aura, play, fickle. Play, fickle. I guess we're gonna go with aura. Puppy, awesome, skirt, tragedy, precious, judgment, silly, desire, agonizing, peace. Oh, tragedy. Yeah, but you can't even tell what half of the words they like are. It's like, I seriously feel like I'm random on this. Ribbon and prayer, playground sensation, breathe, promise, hope, misfortune, sugar games. Sugar. Universe, lazy, kawaii, hurt, spinning, forgive, music, incapable, vertigo, calm. Vertigo. Treasure, entropy, imagination, eternity, alone, beauty, skipping, pout, massacre, flower. Oh, we're going with massacre, you fucking know it. Shopping, empty, frightening, swimsuit, covet, jump, medley, jumpy, rain cloud, secretive, covet. Disown, climax, dark crimson, sunset, anger, sing, heartbeat, sticky, vivacious. Sticky climax. Depression. Oh, disarray, cry, pleasure. Sparkle, loud, flying, papa, destiny, raindrops. Well, that one speaks to me. Nightgown, analysis, after image, cage. Warm, atone. Contamination, bouncy, anxiety, fester. Jesus Christ. What the fuck kind of poetry is this? Let's go with anxiety. And our last word will be, okay, bubbles, cute, infinite, unending, whirlwind cheer, electricity, misery, parfait in sight. Bubbles. Because why the fuck not? Oh boy, here we go. Hi again, Scott. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Scott. I hope this isn't too whelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join A clubs this year. Gotta mix the word bubbles. Bubbles of depression. Bubbles of death. Bubbles of massacre. Massacre bubbles. Massacre bubbles. That would be an awesome name for like a shit pop band. Massacre Bubbles. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and just hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, you won't see the end of it. So you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Manga is literature. It is. It is. Cookies and the blood of the innocent. What do you desire? No, wait, what is it? Hey, Tim, do you want anything? The souls of the innocent. A bagel. No! 2 bagels. Swiftly to see Natsuki plump step back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Scott always gives his best as long as he's having fun. Helps me with the busy work without even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Siri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I may be a little jealous. How come you and Scott can be good friends too? Sayori? God damn it, Sayori. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, what? No. Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting it in the first place. So any nice gesture is always a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it into a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read, and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl being accidentally so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. I swear to God, if it's the Black Bible, I'm out. I'm not dealing with that shit again. I've seen those movies. I've seen that video. Read it at your own pace. I'll look forward to hearing what you think about it. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Siri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading, so I can catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me staring at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Oh, God. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm nervous, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, it probably wouldn't have made... I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this. So, that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Yeah, that makes sense. You bought 2 of the same book, so you could read it twice at the same time. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Uh-oh. Ominous words. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is entitled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life's in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ominous words. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Scott? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into that kind of stuff. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Just like those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, it's not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you think you relate to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Just, again, tropey as fuck shit going on here, really. I really don't think you need to worry. That means you're just passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It is a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Why? What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were saying you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. It's alright if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company of someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Okay. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I'm Canadian, and I'm pointing that out. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk together until it's up against Yuri's and then hold my book between the two of them. Aww. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once again, we lean in a little bit, our shoulders almost touching. It feels as if my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same on the right with my arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page, Yuri slides under her thumb after she flips it to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting to me now. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's vision and she's in the corner of my vision. Is this one of those psychological games? Is this Psych Out, where I'm told that, like, you know, this is going to get gory and I'm going to have, like, nails pounded into my eyes, and there is none of that shit? Did I just get pranked, bro? Did I just get pranked, bro? I swear to God. Are you ready? What? To turn the page. Oh, yeah, sure. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again. Her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if you take a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently laying over the page and letting it flutter over to her as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You out here, man? Sorry, what's that? Okay, have fun, man. Enjoy. Alright, where were we? Oh, seeing if I got tricked, bro. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of something in your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Scott, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I swear to God, there better be scissors coming out my neck real quick here. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone, I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Oh, God. Am I going to have to read my shit? Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking for this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri raises her hand from the book, cousins to close on top of my thumb. All right. Guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know. That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you two remember to write a poem last? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sierra and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf, torn from a spiral notebook. Oh, how fitting of her. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, who should I show my poem to? You know what? I may go with Yuri on this one. I may go with Yuri. I'm already scoring brownie points with her, so why not? What the fuck was that? Hang on a second. I swear I just saw something weird. I must have hallucinated that up on my other screen. Never mind. It's absolutely nothing. Okay, where were we? Yeah. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her, yeah. I can trust her opinion, to be fair, as well. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing I know that don't psych me out with shit like that about the soundtrack. I don't know what to expect. I just, like, you know, is it one of those things I write the wrong poem and I get scissors in my eyes? What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. I'm expecting some bullshit to happen and to die, essentially. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I can learn to pick up on it. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Yes, yes. As someone who's read and done a lot of writing, yes. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone, she sounds like an expert even. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into even writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you some valuable feedback. Mitsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I don't get what. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air. Calms breathing air of... What the fuck? I bathe. Calms breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's not bad. Click outside poem area to continue. Okay. I'm sorry I messed up. I have such terrible handwriting. No, just that S threw me off, that's all. What? I wasn't thinking about that after all, but it took you a long time to read. I just don't read script very often. I think your handwriting is very pretty. Oh, that's a relief. I also really liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Scott. Really? Must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Sounds like suicide. And soon, you'll be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing this after all, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Scott. Me too. Oh god, who do I show my poem to next? Do I have to show it to like all... Oh god, I'm gonna have to go through all of them. This game isn't headed where you probably think it's headed. Well, I don't know where the fuck I think it's headed is the problem. Well, let's try Sayori. Why the fuck not? This is a good poem, Scott. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing here in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's just like I said before, Scott. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Try and do things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Or it could just have been guilted into, you know, I'm just saying. So, thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? This will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. I don't know where this is gonna go. You'll read my poem too now, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, at least I'm honest about it. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine. Oh my god. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Oh god. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I'd sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, well. Good for you. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little. You can't answer just a little to a yes or no question. I want breakfast. Best line ever. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Oh, God. Best poem 2017. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, there's no point in arguing with that. Thank you for showing me your poem, Sayori. Thank you very much. This was fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. The next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'm looking forward to it. Who do we go to next? Natsuki or Monica? Let's try Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly, people can fly, but that's about it. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Huh. That's, you know, that's kind of deep. That's kind of deep. That's actually, I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. Told you we're gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that Ray has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Yeah, she's definitely the tsundere of the group. She's the Oscar, the Spitfire, you know. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people just to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message. Sorry, your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. That was actually well played. Yes, it was. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? That was... I guess not. Okay, I like you. I like this game. I like poetry. Poetry is fun. I gotta do some poetry. I decided to humor with the last comment. I don't even care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that from her. Aww. Who do I show my poem to next? Monica. Hey, Prez. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, poetry is fun. Good 2017. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Scott. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's a sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm, great job, Scott. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. You could have gone ooh out loud. I wouldn't be like offended or weirded out. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimate you. Oh no. Oh no, seriously, Sam? Sorry, I just got a text from Sam. She's apparently drunk. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort into it. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who uses simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by the feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Sam, you'll be fine. She's always fine. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying lots of things. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little more biased towards their own kind. The story's like 4 hours long in case you have literally anything better to do. Well, you know what? I really don't right now, so fuck it. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're going all the way. Everyone else, or at least we're going to get halfway, at least. At least. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Oh, you can. Oh shit! You can move the whole page. I didn't even realize that. Shit. It's 6 p.m. where I am. I'm in Vancouver. Anyway, hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Wow, Jesus. That was, wow, I get, oh, holy smokes, that's actually that's pretty damn deep. So what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry if I'm not the right person to ask for that kind of feedback. It's okay. That kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems have been putting the emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you won't make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Actually, you know what? That is seriously a great tip, really. That's what guys like Stephen King do. They literally write like 300 pages, and if they have to later on, they will like just throw away chapters and shit. Tidy it up later. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Advice for writers and artists everywhere. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. Yeah, that's true. So just move your hand and go with the flow. There you go. There you go for your art advice segment of it. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Oh, that line right there can sum up my college life. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Iori and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thank you. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. Yes. Yes, I got that. Humans can try. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. It's one of those things, you know, poetry is really deep and in-depth and everything. And I've never seen a high school club do it right, ever. Even even when I was in high school, I went to the poetry club like once or twice, and it was just like, no, I'm walking away from this. You guys, no. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something that's nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Scott did too. So based on that, I'll give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Ho 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 ho! Cat fight! And Scott liked my poem too, you know. Oh shit, I'm gonna get my ass kicked by everyone. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh shit. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just, Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Scott appreciates my advice more than you appreciate yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Catfight 2017. Oh, Jesus. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time out. Time out. Separate them. You know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Scott started showing it. What? Wait, what? Wait, did that actually... What? That's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me. As if they just noticed I was standing there. Scott, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of you, not force them to have to figure it out. This is literally, you know what? This is English class. This is English class. You know, you've got the one group of people that's like, oh, you know, you can make your writing all fancy and flowery and great and everything. And then there's other people like, no. When the writer said the curtains were blue, he wasn't talking about depression. The curtains were fucking blue. Just all over the place. I don't want to... shit. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings that mean the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Scott? Well? Oh, how'd I get dragged into this? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. There's no jump out the window option here, but, oh boy. Who do we go with? Oh, damn it. I don't want them to hate me, but I gotta pick. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go with Yuri. Not the first time I've said that in my life, but hey. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean, though. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that Wait, what did I just do? Oh shit, I hit the save button accidentally. Where's the return? God damn it. I'm sorry. Oh, but Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well. If you just told her how you feel, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. There we go. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that, Natsuki. I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? There. I totally diffused that fight. I totally diffused it. Yes. I didn't even have to jump out a window. Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, no one has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll spare myself. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snaps up her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Oh, don't do that. No! Rescue the poem. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, you're cool. You're cool. I like talented writers. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like... How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, all right. I believe you. Thank you, Scott. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what? What did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I swear to God. If this is some witchcraft shit, I'm going to go make some tea. Good idea. More than enough for one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, just about time for us to leave. How'd you all feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. Scott, how about you? Yeah, you know what? I liked it. Shadow is hungry. Give me two... I think, yeah, I'm quite certain it was the boob size thing. Yeah, give me a second. I'm just going to give the dog some food. 2 seconds. Where were we? Awesome. Yeah. Great. Classes. Case thing. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Okay, shit. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With that luck, I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Scott, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. No. That's the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Scott, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. Get along with everyone else. Well, some words in a sentence. Shadow, you need to lay down, buddy. You're fine. Mommy will be home in a bit, okay? Just relax. Daddy's writing poetry. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna write some more poetry, I guess. Yep, here we go. We're gonna save this. Yes. Okay. Let's do this again. Journey, infinite, boop. Sensation, adventure, judgment, time, heartbeat, secretive, agonize. We're going with boop. Atone, bliss, special, pain, bubbles, portrait, lucky, awesome, despise, pink. I'm gonna go with awesome. Marshmallow, fireflies. Raindrops, play, crimson, vertigo, mouse, summer, romance, tears. Romance, because why not? Silly, sweet, determination, calm, fantasy, beauty, unrestrained, family, embrace, spinning. Go with embrace. Inferno, dance, kawaii, disown, wonderful, nature. Together, unstable, vibrant, contamination. Contamination. Whistle, eternity. Misfortune, skirt, rose, unrequited. Warm, fun, depression, meager. Depression. Peace, massacre, universe, sadness, laughs, socks, whisper, swimsuit, lollipop, covet. Covet. Doki Doki, joy, cage, strawberry, childhood, flower, treasure, anger, ribbon, explode. You go with let's go with strawberry. Empty, existence, papa, daydream, kitty, kiss, prayer, puppy. Scars, effulgent. I like that word. I really like that word, effulgent. Socks, massacre. Two entirely different words, game. Pure, shame, hope, desire, whirlwind, cry, bouncy, poof, nightgown, sticky. Nightgown. Variance, analysis. Feather, fluffy, vanilla, defeat, jumpy, uncontrollable, bed, smile. Analysis. Dazzle, clouds. Excitement, frightening, milk, blanket, comfort, grief, ocean, lazy. Grief. Disarray, cheeks, extraordinary. Music, essence, disaster, melancholy. Dream, hop, amazing. Melancholy. Charm, anime. Fireworks, loud, candy, infallible, email, philosophy, flee, dark. Philosophy. Uncanny, flying, bunny, horror, melody, hair, climax, alone, fear, waterfall, horror. Nibble, lust, suicide. Playground, okay. Nibble, lust, suicide, whoa. Playground, question, promise, captive, chocolate, entropy, unending. I'm gonna go with lust. I'm gonna go with lust. Not the first time I've said that in my life, I can tell you that much. Destiny, incongruent, sparkle, happiness, sing, tragedy, friends, precious, intellectual, rain cloud. Go for rain cloud. Marriage, rainbow, pout, memories, starscape, insight, sugar, jump, vivid, broken, vivid. Heaven sent, parfait, anxiety, love, vacation, misery, fester, afterimage, graveyard, sunny. Graveyard. Hurt, pleasure, wrath, party, extreme, skipping, heart, lipstick, tenacious, forgive. Pleasure. She seems to jump up and down Yuri every time I hit half of those words, so, okay. Another day passes, it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Scott. Yo, Harry. Looks like you're in a good mood for today. I'm just not used to you being in the I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Is this gonna be one of those things where the game just, like, fucking swerves me and she's the fucking killer because I'm always, like, half cutting her off at the knees and I'm, like, hitting on these other 3 chicks? Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Let's see. Oh, she's got no money. She's got no money. And she's got no money. 2 small coins. There you go. Nice try, you little grifter. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would buy a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Scott to let me borrow some money. Don't let me get involved like that. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I concur. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no reason you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad. Now I have to accept the revolution. Accept the revolution. I don't think that's the right word. Retribute. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only... Thank you. She gets me. This one with the purple hair, Yuri. Yuri gets me. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What the fuck? What was... a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Yeah, of course it was. I was going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it, really. Sayori rapidly tears into the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Of course you did. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Yeah. Yeah, Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good, too. Can I try it? Beggars can't be choosers, but yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really glad that you shared this one with me. Jesus Christ. Sayori gets overseat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Aw, I get it, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of hers. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Did you seriously just do that? You son of a bitch. Yuri and I laugh as well. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Oh. Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where is Monica? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Oh, she has a date. Or, nope, we're not. I'm super sorry. There you all are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. What? Really? Fuck. Jumping the gun there a little bit, Sayori. Jumping the gun. What on earth are you talking Maka quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was a study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You have heard the bell ring, at least. I must have not heard because I was practicing piano. I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I always wanted to learn how to play piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Scott. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapades. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Yeah, it looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. What? Oh, the supply room. Okay. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we were reading yesterday. I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I was just kind of waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? No, not at all. Go ahead. Thank you very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves the small water pitcher from the shelf, kind of with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me, sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, though, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Ooh. 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 Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Scott in club activities? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cat fight 2.0. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Scott. Yuri quickly exits the room. Once in the hallway, she puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, there's something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. True. Scott, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? I'm boredom. I'm playing a video game. It's sort of what I gotta do. It's also very linear story style, so it's not like I have a choice. Because nothing you do is bad as you make it sound in your head. Nobody's perfect. We all have emotions. We can't hide them anyway. You can't hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Would you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend? Yuri lifts her head a little. Scott, I really like that. I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to make Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. We walk to the nearest water fountain, fill up the pitcher, and return to the class. Scott, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. Turns out it's not that hard for me to do. You just hum, you know. Jesus, man. When it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Scott. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Scott, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Bending over at my desk. No, we're not going to say it again. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? You're always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah, I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor. I get it. It's a fucking boobs comment thing again. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. And I have some chocolate as well. It's a small bag of chocolate candies I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we resume the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like that? Is my character getting like a boner just from like shoulder touches with a girl? Jesus Christ. Dude, grow up a little. Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a posture that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I have to make sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Ooh. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I manage to relax. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think of it. Oh, don't turn this into me feeding her chocolate or some shit. Jesus Christ. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book. Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have a hard time reading it. Her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it to my mouth. Then I take another, and I hold it up to Yuri. Of course! She doesn't even look away from the book. She just parts her lip as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri's lips close over it. Her expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... She looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Scott, sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. No, that's, well, you know, you were just helping. That's something friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Okay. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell from her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it come to this? She doesn't even avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. This is kind of, you know, not what I was expecting for a horror novel. I mean, maybe in the sense of, like, you know, Victorian-style horror. But even in those stories, there was at least, like, a fucking Frankenstein walking around or something. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. I've read this manga. I know where this is going. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! You son of a bitch. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Scott, you can help Yuri put the tea stuff away, right? Yeah, sure. Thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, Yuri takes the picks up the teacups from the floor. I get the bag of chocolate. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up again. Yeah. Who do I want to show my poem to? Well, after that. I mean, come on. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Scott, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did such a good job explaining. I just wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands... palms are sweaty. Mom, spaghetti! I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The Raccoon. Oh, it's another long one. Here we go. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of raccoons outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Huh. That's deep. That's real deep. I like that there. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, I couldn't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies by feeding raccoons bread. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Scott? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes. And some things make us uncomfortable. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There aren't many people like you, Scott. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable with sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a real nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. That was nice. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, let's go to Best Poem Girl. Let's go see Sayori. Let's hear about breakfast or dinner last night at least, you know? I like this one, Scott. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Thank you for being helpful there, Sayori, as always. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet? Yeah, I guess that works. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. That's the whole spectrum there you're going. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic, but yeah. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Scott. I should go write that down. You can read my poem now. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. It's a long one, Jesus. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all alone, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them down from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be from my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Wow. Someone sounds like they need a hug a little bit. Jeez. Holy crap. Sarah, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Well, you may have done that. That was really impressive. Jesus. Wasn't expecting something like this come from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings lately. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Ominous, ominous line again. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always got into the habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who do we show next? Well, I say we go with Natsuki. Let's see her simple poems. I like her stuff. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, yeah. Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this guy reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've been friends with her so long you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whoever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of her words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg real bad. Amy helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. Wow. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Jesus Christ. I like her. I like that everyone has their own kind of style that you can feel their vibe through. And these are nice. This is actually really cool. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone who would agree to the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some sort of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of or think less of than you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy, right? I think people really need to respect others for liking weird things. I am enjoying this so far. I'm getting kind of the weird undertone kind of feel into this. Oh, that's funny. Yuri wrote something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah, she said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I really didn't get, but she said something similar to you, that people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding her words. I guess I should try not being so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style really is different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotion's important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to? Well, it's not like there's anyone else I can click on around here. Monica. Megan Scott. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that as long as it's not going bad. Ooh, excuse me. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, go nuts. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think their poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I notice that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep to herself so much. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down. I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one, anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's nothing really wrong with that. Oh, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read mine now? I like how this turned out, so I hope you do too. Let's take a look. Save me. Oh. The colors, they won't stop. Bright and beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me. What? An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me. No, I'm not doing that over again. It's even more abstract than your last one. Load me. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with the space on my paper. You know what? That's totally fine. I like that. Choosing where and how the space works can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. See, it's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Did this just get meta? This just got meta, so I think I'm gonna just put this over here because that's an oddly meta thing to say, you know? You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? Yeah, what am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, that happened. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today. If everyone could come sit at the front of the room. That got weird. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put anything together in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine, too. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry. We're going to keep it simple. We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't really tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you might have heard already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry... We're going to have a poetry slam. We're going to have a poetry slam. Everyone can come in. Take on the champion of the class. Poetry slam. Fucking do it. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sarah's putting up all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sarah, who's been coloring posters, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding, Monica? You didn't start putting those up already, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? No, No, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm performing in front of a group of people. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagine it. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. Yeah, Monika's right. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the... Remember, we're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event, if we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better. We'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. It's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others to inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't have a choice. That's everyone. You're in, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Ominous, 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 warning, warning. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri, but anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way, Monika, this is all too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a bit more comfortable. I'm still wondering what the fuck is going to happen here. Okay, recite your breakfast poem. That was a really good one, actually. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself, then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. What could possibly go wrong? Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face I don't understand. And finally Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go up next, Sayori? I'll go next. Ooh, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at one of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... Image After of a Crimson Eye. After Image of a Crimson Eye. Whoa, dyslexia is a hell of a condition. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just moments ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? Shadow, chill, buddy. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform to the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirlwind fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. Yeah, I wonder. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins in and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we're so caught off guard we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. I'm sorry, I'm giggling. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. It'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice is made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Scott liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fit you very nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite well with that delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I'm gonna do the Valley Girl voice for her. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Well, next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We won't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go up before Scott. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Scott lower everyone's standards, I guess, before I have to do it. What the fuck? What a bitch. I like her. It's fine, might as well get it over with, but it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making it feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, it's not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something they'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, see? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah, well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for May. Well, that's just how it is, so you don't have much time to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you have an idea of what it's going to be like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting all this effort into the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming, but let's write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out real nicely lately, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go? Oh, wait. Wrong voice. I'm supposed to do my own voice. Imagine someone walks up to you, you just do normally talk, but in their voice. Like mockingly almost. Fuck, that'd be terrible. Ready to go, Siri? Yeah! Look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal about it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Scott. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I want to go with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to... I mean, Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say, one day, Yuri asks to walk home with you? Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, this is one of those things. This is gonna be one of those moments where you save it. Where you go and you save it. Because there might be regrets. There might be regrets of which I click here. Would I walk home with Yuri or would I walk home with Sayori? There's no option to walk with both of you? Like, come on. Fuck. Let's try it. I would walk home with Yuri. Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Ah, you admit it! Jesus Christ, there's not even point speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Wait, what? Huh? Siri, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. Yeah, that whole fucking thing, man. It was kind of her fault for tracking me with a weird, awkward question. I just can't lie. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? She could go all crazy yandere and try to, like, stab me in the fucking throat if I fucking walk home with Yuri. Jesus. Crazy lady. Let's see, fantasy. Adventure. Graveyard. Dark. Vivid eternity, friends. Judgment, jumpy, sensation, whirlwind, insight. Insight. Death. Let's go with death this time. What? She got really excited for death there. Suicide. Oh, Jesus Christ. Massacre. Anime. What kind of fucking poem is this? Heaven Sent. Let's go with Journey. Well, I'm trying to win her, sort of, I guess, at this point. So, after image. Breathe. Swimsuit. Lust. Romance. Infinite. What else we got here? Bliss. Explode. Yes! Climax. Explode climax, yeah. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. You practicing piano again? Yeah! Must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the rest of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I'm not being a perv, but, like, you know, there's always, like, multiple endings depending on which one you, like, target kind of thing, isn't it? I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Were you complaining about yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm just not talking about our part of the festival, but it's the whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying that you don't like squid? You, of all people. Oh, I've seen those fucking tentacle comics in your locker. Don't you lie. I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Because it's right in your name. I don't get. Mon-Ika. Oh, Ika means squid in that's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Out of translation. Yeah. Unless, let's not do it. Never mind. Let's just focus on our event for now. Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh. There you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I whip my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Ah. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go on talking to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, okay. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. Whoops, there goes gravity. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Scott, what's up? This may sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? What way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little too much. Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. I can't wait for you to see what happens once this shit hits the fan. This is really... Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Scott. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always sort of talked to me about things that bother her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you know anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's had a hard time bringing it up without a person of interest. With the person of interest. Person of interest. What do you mean by... I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Scott. Me? How would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Yeah. Awkward grunt. She's been much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Scott. Have you thought maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I've said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget what I said. I'll try to talk to her. So try not to think about it too much. Okay. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up and walks across the room to where Sayori is. Hang on. Hey! Shh! Shadow. Shh! Chill the fuck out. Don't know what's with my dog here. I watch her kneel down to Sayori and gently talk to her. We're just keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear anything. I sigh and sit down. I know Sayori said not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? Glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. Shadow, chill the fuck out. She looks away. just as quickly as with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit down the one next to her. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your... I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? What's a paladin? How were you even able to tell? That's what I was... that I was thinking like that. Well, it's something I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you're right. What's a paladin? I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concerns of those who willingly share that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would gladly listen. Well, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just feeling a little bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to talk to me. Troper, I love that immediately you know what I'm talking about, you son of a bitch. God damn it. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time is all. I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it too much. Scott, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too. I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Uh-oh. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings that you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. It's true. I like beer. I like football. I like boobs. I like video games. Simple. And writing. I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Oh, God. As long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I shouldn't be... I should take my mind off this whole thing anyway. Here we go again with the reading. Oh, shit, I misclicked. What'd I just do? Oh. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Oh, there was no actual... Okay. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. There's no skip option at this point, so I couldn't have skipped. I just must have double-clicked accidentally. Everyone goes to receive their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Well, here we go again. Let's see what's in Sayori's head today. I know she's having some problems. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't feel it. You don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri, bitch. Stealing my boyfriend again. I didn't write this for anyone. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Scott. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Okay, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little early today. What? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can see anything, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the room, humming to herself. Huh. Well, no poem from her, I guess. Well, let's do Yuri. Scott, your writing has improved these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never came naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. What's a paladin? Oh. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe you're so good at something you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Scott, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway, but books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with, or people you just know would make really good friends. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type, and they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you. I'm not a know-it-all, Scott. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. Aw, someone lacks confidence. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I do with them is write and read. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you. That's what I really understood. I really understood what I was missing all this time. I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. Just being patient and respectful, that's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Scott. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk with you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. Yeah. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends, and I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands. This time, she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path. A silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp. I drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flicking against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before, giving up on understanding? I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Aww. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. Oh, back to normal music. That's good to know. Instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I don't really know how to respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't too hard to figure out what this one was about. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. I get it. I get it. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm just not good with words, but I'm glad that you shared it with me. So thank you, and I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to keep eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can... The poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. I love how blunt the fucking, like, internal monologue shit is here for this. Jesus Christ. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yuri is cute. She's very cute. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Okay, I'm gonna finish this chunk of it, and then I'm gonna do both these, get to the end of day, and then I'm actually gonna stop because it's been 2.5 hours. I need to make dinner and have something to eat here, kinda. I'm quite hungry. So let's do Monica next. See what her tip of the day is. Hi, Scott. Have you thought about what you want to submit at the Performing Arts Festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing for a bunch of people, I'll have to give it a bit more thought. Okay, no pressure. Whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Scott. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's talked in a whole year. Oh, shit. I may need to step off right now, actually. Not sure how you did it, but that's very impressive. Just need some patience. Hang on, okay. Hang on a second. I need to step off here. Okay, so I'm actually going to save right here, and then I'll have to continue this later. I'm really sorry, guys. I actually gotta go pick up Sam, because she is quite drunk and needs a hand, I think, getting home. So I will be back. We'll probably continue more of this tomorrow night, or maybe later tonight, depending on what happens here. I'll be back. I'll be back. We'll see. I'll be on Twitter. Keep an eye on me there, and we will definitely see what happens next. But till next time, folks, thank you for joining me for this game. This has been great fun. I can't wait to continue. Shit, wrong button.